All right, so we're gonna go ahead and toss a coin. Heads for hoeing this summer, tails for continuing our abstinence journey. All right. We got tails. So that means that we got to sit down somewhere, get our life together. Right, y'all, so I just did a coin toss. I said if it lands on heads, then it's going to be a hot mama season, which means the hoeing will continue. But if it lands on tails, then, you know what I'm saying, I got to go ahead and put my whole card away for a little bit and just continue to focus on myself and the things that I want to do. And yeah, it landed on tails, so it looks like we're gonna be focusing on the things that I need to do, unless I get a deep, divine message from the good Lord himself that says, this is the one. You can give them some, but just wait a little bit before you do. But for the most part, at least for the summer, I'm just gonna go ahead and focus on things that I wanna do. I'm gonna try to keep these videos coming as consistently as possible, so we can just go ahead and work on growing the channel and the community and the family and all of the above. But yeah, today I wanted to just go ahead and just touch base on, you know, something serious, you know, like, basically I put y'all in my business and I've been out here in the streets, so I also want to let y'all know that, like, when you are out here and you're engaging in sexual activities with multiple people, it is your responsibility to keep your sexual health safe, right? It's your responsibility to make sure that you are getting tested thoroughly for all things. You want to make sure that you're using any type of like barriers whenever you are being intimate with people. And now I feel like it's so easy to ask somebody for their sexual, you know what I'm saying, their sexual health status, because everything is pretty much digital, right? You can just get on your phone, download an app, and connect it to whatever health plan you got, and then whatever results you get from that health plan or that health community or health service that you have will, you know, have your results on it, right? So I feel like that's something that's really important, is for you to keep up with your checkups. I would recommend doing a checkup either, if you, depending on how active you are, you know, every 3 to 6 months, getting a checkup to make sure you don't have any type of diseases. And as well, I would recommend, you know, trying your hardest not to just be letting anybody slide up inside you, or you sliding up inside anybody just unprotected, because you just never know. Of course, you always hoping for the best, but it's always better to be prepared than not. I did go ahead and set up an appointment for me after I broke it off with my long-term tender relationship boo thing, whatever you want to call them. So I did go ahead and get tested, and I do want to go ahead and share my results with you guys at the end of the video. But I do want to go ahead and preach and say that it's okay for you to experiment with yourself and others as much as you want to. I feel like men get a pass a lot, and then women have to sit on the sidelines, and we have to pretend like we're not sexually interested in sexual activities just as much as men are. And I just feel like, you know, it's stupid. That's what I feel like it is. It's really stupid. And I know for me, it's just like, I'm really tired of just having to put on this mask to pretend to be this perfect image for a man just to turn around and be on some bullshit anyways. So you might as well be who the fuck you are, be who the fuck you want to be, and then, you know, attract from there. So with all that being said, protect yourself, you know, any ways that you can, any ways that you can, right? So you want to try to use condoms. You want to make sure you went to the bathroom after y'all have sex. You want to make sure you showering after y'all have sex. You want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you gargling with mouthwash and peroxide and oil pulling. We're going to do some oil pulling very soon on this channel. I'm going to go ahead and do a video, and I'm gonna do it for, I believe most people do it for like 30 days, and then they just kind of adopt the routine of oil pulling into their either daily or weekly habits when it comes to, you know, maintaining good dental health. So we're gonna do that as well. But yeah, make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? You know, hygiene is important. So when you're out here and you sitting on what you like to sit on, or you're sticking your thing, and you know, you being a man and you're sticking your meat in her oven, then just make sure y'all are out here being protected. I also talked to the physician about that medicine called PrEP. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but basically it's just a pill, and apparently you're supposed to take it once a day, almost like birth control, to prevent you from getting any type of, it's supposed to prevent you from getting HIV, right? And I was like asking her questions about it, but she was like, she didn't have a lot of information, but she did go ahead and give me a phone number to contact a medical service provider to answer any of my additional questions that I had. But basically it's supposed to prevent you from having HIV if you're going to be out here and you're going to be seriously having sex with people, you know, as much as you want to, as much as you like, as much as your heart desires, as much as your stamina will allow you. Then, you know, it might be something that you would want to look into. I was just like, what are the side effects from that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to prevent you from it, and then of course the side effects are like any of the medicine that you take in the United States. You're gonna have nausea, diarrhea, upset stomach, blurred vision, you know, you're gonna have all that shit, but at least you won't get infected, right? And while I'm speaking about this, I just want to go ahead and shout out God. I definitely have to go ahead and shout out God for protecting me each and every time along my sexual journey and my sexual experiences, because when I tell you, baby, that I be thanking these people after the experience, I be thanking them and I be thanking God at the same time for, you know, the moment or whatever we just shared. So I just thank God that despite my path and my choices, like, there's still this huge protection that he has within, or should I say around my life, right? Around my choices and my decisions. Like, I feel like I can't get it wrong, you know? And I feel like with each choice and each decision that I'm making, you know, it's either leading me to where I want to be or pushing me further and further back. And for me personally, I feel like I am moving forward. I feel like I've grown so much within the last 2-3 years. I feel like I've grown so much mentally. I feel like I've grown so much spiritually. I feel like I've accepted my sexual self for what it is. And I'm just like really in a content place. Of course, there's still things that I'm working on, but the things that I'm working on, I feel like don't really have to do too much with my personality, but more like, you know, like my finances and my experiences that I can have based on my finances when, you know, they all mesh together. So apart from that, I feel like, you know, I understand my vices. I understand that, you know, a good piece of meat is sometimes a vice for me. But however, because I have done fasting from meat so many times, I feel like, you know, it's not something that's a huge distraction in my life, but I do, you know, use it for pleasure. You know, I do use sex for pleasure, which is why, you know, I feel like I haven't really hit that that initiation, I don't want to say initiation, a rite of passage when it comes to exchanging my sexual activities for money, right? Like, I've thought about it these last few months, And I was just like, you know, I've even said it in comments like, oh, I'm thinking about starting an OF, or oh, if I had to, I would put my coochie on the streets to make sure that ends were met. But I just, once again, want to thank God that it ain't been that bad to where I would have to do that, because for me, I feel like I really enjoy sex, and I feel like if I had to start selling my sexual experiences for some change, people was saying that the coochie was going for $40. I don't know, it's a recession, so I don't really know how much the coochie is going for now, but $40 ain't enough. And then I feel like if I start selling my coochie for $40, I ain't even gonna like sex no more. If I don't even like sex no more, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be probably in a state of depression, and I don't want to be depressed, right? So with all that being said, I am gonna go ahead and focus on myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the coochie on a shelf. I'm gonna do all sorts of detoxes and things like that, and then I don't have a set time, but I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll keep you guys updated, as well as I'll keep dropping stories as much as I can from, you know, way back when. And yeah, I'm just gonna put it on the shelf, and then once I take it off the shelf and I'm getting ready to present it, or somebody is interested in the coochie, right? When somebody is interested in the coochie and the coochie needs to come off the shelf, you know, we're gonna come to the table. We're gonna see what is being brought on both ends and see if we can do business. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and share you guys my results from getting tested. Once again, I do recommend, if you're gonna be out here in the streets, male or female, you need to make sure that you are getting tested regularly, because people need to know the status. You need to know your status, and we don't need to be out here, you know, having fun but just being reckless, okay? So with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the stats. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe before you leave, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.